Few culinary experiences compare to the joy of biting into a perfectly baked pizza. Its crust crisp yet tender, its toppings harmoniously balanced, and its cheese stretching and melting in glorious abundance. And among all the variations of this beloved dish, the Margherita pizza stands out as an enduring classic, a celebration of simplicity and flavor, inspired by the vibrant colors of the Italian flag. But what if you could elevate this timeless favorite to new heights? Imagine a Margherita pizza, not with just one cheese, but with four distinct varieties, each bringing its own character and richness to every bite. Welcome to the irresistible world of the four-cheese Margherita pizza, a mouth-watering masterpiece discovered for you to savor. The adventure begins, as all great pizzas do, with the foundation, the dough. A well-made pizza dough is more than a base. It's the canvas upon which every flavor is expressed. For an authentic Italian crust, start with a combination of high-protein flour, warm water, a dash of salt, a sprinkle of sugar, a drizzle of olive oil, and a pinch of active dry yeast. Gently combine these ingredients, kneading with care until the dough is smooth and elastic. Allow it to rest, covered in a warm place, until it doubles in size, about 1 to 2 hours. This fermentation process develops flavor and creates the delicate bubbles that give the crust its irresistible texture. While the dough rises, turn your attention to the heart of the Margherita, the tomato sauce. For this, the quality of ingredients is paramount. Choose ripe, juicy San Marzano tomatoes if you can find them. Their natural sweetness and low acidity are ideal. Crush the tomatoes by hand, preserving their rustic texture, and season with just a pinch of salt, a hint of sugar, and a swirl of extra virgin olive oil. A handful of freshly torn basil infuses the sauce with an aromatic depth. Simplicity is key. Let the tomatoes shine, unmasked by heavy spices or excessive garlic. As the air fills with the promise of baking bread, it's time to assemble the quartet of cheeses that will define this extraordinary pizza. Each cheese is carefully selected for its unique qualities, combining to create a rich, complex, and harmonious flavor profile. First, fresh mozzarella, a staple of the classic Margherita, brings a creamy melt and delicate flavor. Slice or tear the mozzarella into thin pieces, allowing them to nestle gently atop the sauce. Next, add fontina. This semi-soft cheese melts beautifully, lending a subtle nuttiness and a silky texture that intertwines with the mozzarella. Then comes Parmesan, freshly grated for a sharp, salty kick that balances the milder cheeses and enhances the overall savoriness. Finally, a touch of Gorgonzola introduces a hint of boldness, its blue veins rippling through each bite with a tangy, earthy complexity. Used sparingly, Gorgonzola elevates the pizza without overwhelming the other flavors. With your dough risen and your ingredients prepared, preheat your oven to its highest setting. Ideally, 500 degrees, 260 degrees, or hotter if possible. If you have a pizza stone or steel, place it in the oven as it heats. This will help achieve that coveted crispy bottom and tender crumb. Gently stretch the dough into a round, taking care not to deflate the air bubbles. Transfer it to a floured pizza peel or the back of a baking sheet. Spoon a thin layer of your vibrant tomato sauce over the surface, leaving a generous border for the crust. Now, layer the cheeses with intention. Scatter the mozzarella, dot with fontina, sprinkle with Parmesan, and finish with small crumbles of Gorgonzola. Each cheese should have its own space to melt and mingle. Before sliding the pizza into the oven, drizzle a little olive oil over the top and scatter a few whole basil leaves among the cheese. The oil will help the cheeses bubble and brown, while the basil will infuse the pizza with its unmistakable fragrance, wilting gently as the pizza bakes. Bake until the crust is golden and blistered, the cheese bubbling with patches of golden brown, and the aroma intoxicating. This should take about 8 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven's heat. Keep a watchful eye. Great pizza demands attention. As the pizza emerges, fresh and steaming, allow it to rest for just a moment. This brief pause lets the cheese settle slightly, ensuring clean slices and perfect bites. Finish with a flourish, a scattering of fresh basil leaves, an extra drizzle of high-quality olive oil, and perhaps a light dusting of flaky sea salt. Slice, serve, and savor the transformation. The first bite is revelatory. The crust, crisp at the edges but yielding and airy within. The sauce, bright and tangy, its simplicity shining through. And the cheese, a symphony of creaminess, nuttiness, salt, and tang. Each variety melts into the next, yet retains its own identity. The mozzarella stretches dreamily. The fontina envelops the palate. The Parmesan lingers with savory intensity, and the Gorgonzola surprises with its bold finish. The basil cuts through the richness, fresh and green, while the olive oil ties every element together. What makes this 4-cheese margherita pizza so special is the interplay of tradition and innovation. It honors the spirit of the original, celebrating the beauty of restraint and quality ingredients, while offering a new dimension of flavor. The addition of fontina and gorgonzola builds on the classic mozzarella parmesan duo, creating layers of taste and texture that elevate each bite. But more than just a recipe, this pizza is an experience. It's the satisfaction of crafting something from scratch, of transforming humble ingredients into a meal that delights the senses and brings people together. It's the aroma that fills your kitchen, the mingling scents of yeast and basil, tomatoes and cheese. It's the first bite, hot and fresh, that transports you to a sunny piazza in Naples, even if only for a moment. If you wish to make this experience your own, consider a few tips to ensure pizza perfection. First, don't rush the dough. Allowing it to rise slowly, even overnight in the refrigerator, develops deeper flavor and a more complex texture. Second, resist the temptation to overload the pizza with sauce or cheese. A light hand allows each ingredient to shine and prevents the crust from becoming soggy. Third, experiment with your oven. If you have a broiler, finish the pizza with a quick blast of high heat to achieve those coveted charred bubbles. For those who crave a twist, the 4-cheese margherita pizza is endlessly adaptable. Try swapping in smoked mozzarella for a hint of fire, or adding a sprinkle of chili flakes for gentle heat. Replace gorgonzola with goat cheese for a tangier bite, or add a handful of cherry tomatoes for bursts of sweetness. The foundation remains the same, but the possibilities are as vast as your imagination. Beyond its deliciousness, this pizza invites you to slow down and savor. Whether you're sharing it with friends at a lively gathering, serving it as the centerpiece of a cozy family dinner, or enjoying a quiet night in, each slice is a celebration, a testament to the power of good food to nourish, comfort, and connect. In the end, the 4-cheese margherita pizza is more than the sum of its parts. It's a discovery, a revelation, a reminder that even the most familiar dishes can surprise and delight when approached with care, creativity, and a sense of adventure. So the next time you crave pizza, dare to go beyond the ordinary. Gather your ingredients, roll up your sleeves, and create something truly extraordinary. Your taste buds and your guests will thank you. And as you take that final bite, savor the memory of flavors mingling, the warmth of laughter shared, and the simple pleasure of a perfect pizza, fresh from your own oven. For in that moment, you've not just discovered a new recipe, you've rediscovered the joy of cooking and the magic of sharing the food you love.